Well, thanks everyone for coming here. This is called the Mahatma Gandhi Technology Park within the Free Trade Zone because of the exceptional support from your government. So I'm very delighted to make this presentation to you. Most of the people here I don't know. A few of you guys I know very well because this is not the first time they actually come to this place. The park is actually managed by a company called VITIB SA. That stands for Village of Information Technology and Biotechnology. Because this is a park that is dedicated to these particular activities. It's ICT and biotechnology. And VITIB it's a private company that has signed a contract with the government of Cote d'Ivoire to manage and operate the free trade zone. Basically, you have the chairman of the VITIB, Mr. Ouimese here, representing the President of the Republic. Okay, I am the Managing Director. Shareholders of VITIB actually include a couple of Indian companies, as you can see. Some of them are represented here in this room. And local companies too. You have a variety of different companies, you know, insurance, infrastructures, oil, and so on and so forth, telecom, a lot of telecom companies. So basically it's a mix of public and private companies all together to form this company called VITIB, and we are managing the park. We are located in this city. Unfortunately, you don't have enough time to actually visit the city of Grand-Bassam. Grand-Bassam is a really small, beautiful town. It's actually a World Heritage Site because of all these old colonial houses. You know, when the French came here, that was in 1890, this is the first place where they landed, and they made this place the capital of the colony. So you can see this old French architecture all over the place. As I said, unfortunately, you don't have enough time to visit, but if we have a little bit of time before going back to Abidjan, we'll stop by the ocean, because this is where you have the nicest beaches of the country. This is where on weekends everybody from the busy capital of Abidjan, they come here to relax. A lot of people have their second residence in this area because of the beautiful space and beaches we have here. So actually, this slide is actually part of the marketing, you know, tool for the free trade zone. When people take the decision to relocate some of their business here, it's not just the IT park that we sell, it's a whole environment. That includes touristic features too. Now, the free trade zone, it's actually an area of 700 hectares. You see, presently we are here. We are in this very small square here. That's approximately 60 hectares. It's an old university that has been, you know, that is now part of the free trade zone. Now, in front of us, you have 242 hectares of land. From here up to this lagoon here. And then beyond that point, that lagoon, we have another 322 hectares of land. So this shows you the size, the magnitude of the project we have. It's a total of 700 hectares of land that the government purchased from the locals in order to transform that into a huge IT park, IT and biotechnology park. And this is the free trade zone. That our mission now, VITIB, our mission is actually to populate all this area with buildings, infrastructures, roads, and anything for the benefit of the companies that relocate their business here. This is a project that when it will be fully completed, you'll have like 40,000 people expected to work here every day. It's going to completely change the face of the city of Grand-Bassam. Again, you see Grand-Bassam on the southern side of the city. It's a touristic city. And then attached to that, you have a very modern IT park that's going to be attached to that. It is expected, one of the objectives actually to change the economy of the country. As you know, Cote d'Ivoire has been a country that has been known for agriculture. Over the past 20 years, I mean 50 years, we are the first largest producer of cocoa, rubber tree in the region, and so on, cashew nuts, whatever. You know, it's like here in this country, you just throw a seed and then it just grows, okay? But there's an end to that era, and the beginning of a new era of technology and biotechnology, and that's where the collaboration between Cote d'Ivoire and India actually kicks in. Now, what are the benefits for any company that comes here? 3 things. 0% tax paid to the country for 5 years, growing only to 1% on the 6th year, and that even that 1% can be reduced to 0.5% if you employ more than 75% of Ivorians in your staff. 0% custom fees, and so basically anything you import in the country to build products, whatever, comes freely into the country. And then you can import your products both in Cote d'Ivoire and in the other region. Basically the idea is that all the corporations coming here, you know, they should not be targeting only the market of Cote d'Ivoire. They should be targeting the entire region. And Cote d'Ivoire is actually the place to be when you have an ambition like that. Because we have the 2nd largest seaport, okay, in Africa. I mean, the first one is in South Africa. The 2nd largest is actually Abidjan, where you are. Why is that? Because from Abidjan, you can carry anything and go to Ouagadougou in Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger, Guinea, whatever, because we have a very good roads network. That explains why we have the 2nd largest seaport here, and why there's an advantage of locating your business here. When it comes to competition between Cote d'Ivoire and the neighboring countries, there is no competition. A number that speaks for itself is take together all the 8 French-speaking countries that share the CFA francs as their currency. Cote d'Ivoire alone represents 40% of the wealth of the entire region. And that includes Senegal, Mali, Burkina, Sierra Leone, Benin, Togo, Nigeria, and all these 8 countries all together. Cote d'Ivoire alone, that's 40% of the entire economy. And so what we offer again here is basically either when you relocate your business here, either you need office space, and we have some, not big ones, but we have some office space, or you just want to build your own headquarters, and in that case we have plenty of land. We have plenty of land for if land is what you need. We have 30 hectares in this area, and we have another area of 180 hectares that we're going to develop. The construction is going to start 2 weeks from now, and I'll talk about that further down. There's a fee to be here. Of course, nothing can be just 100% free. The fee is that when you operate from here, basically you pay 2.5% of revenue to VITIB. This is how VITIB, the company that manages the park, this is how we make money. This is how we pay my salary. This is how we pay for the electricity. This is basically, this is the only fee that you'll ever pay in the country. Okay, now let's talk a little bit about the technology park, what it looks like today. Again, this is called the Mahatma Gandhi Technology Park. Earlier this year in January, we were visited by Mrs. Preneet Kaur, which I believe was the External Affairs Minister of India. She's the one who officially unveiled the bust of Mahatma Gandhi that you've seen at the entrance of the park. So this is officially named the Mahatma Gandhi Technology Park because of that early collaboration between the project and India. We are presently operating in an area of 60 hectares. Half of it, the 30 hectares, is where we are presently. This is built. We have office space. We have a variety of buildings, and I'll tell you exactly what are the infrastructures. The remaining half is basically free, available. This is like some very nice quality land, 15 minutes from the capital. And I can tell you from my office, I can see the pressure of people coming every day looking for that kind of piece of land. Of course, we cannot accept anyone because the law forces us to pick people who operate either in the ICT sector or biotechnology sector. Okay. Now, this is how we plan to actually organize these remaining 30 hectares. What we have today, as I say, we have office space. Some office space, we're planning to build new ones. The government has located its own data center here in this area where we stand. It connects 35 ministries and the office of the Prime Minister and the office of the President of the Republic through an intranet, so private networks for connecting all ministers all together. And the core of the network is actually a huge data center that is located here. Orange, which is a well-known global brand telecom company, they are also building their own data center here in this region, and we have our own data center that we're going to visit immediately after my presentation. So you see, in a circle of like 200 meters radius, you have 3 major data centers in the country. Why is that? Simply because this is probably one of the few areas in the country where you have 3 fiber optics network arriving on the same spot. So basically, when you're here, we guarantee you extremely good bandwidth, good connection, and redundancy of actually internet connection. A few of the companies that are already here, as I told you, Orange, they're building their own data center. MobiBank is a company that is in mobile banking. MTN brought their own fiber network here to offer more services. Prestige Telecom is the subsidiary of an Emirates company called Etisalat. They offer all kinds of software services to the subsidiaries of Etisalat in the region in West Africa. WebLogy, these are publishers of very well-known websites in Cote d'Ivoire and in other neighboring countries. JP Inspiring Knowledge, that's a Portuguese company. They took 5,000 square meters of land to build a very modern computer assembly plant here in Cote d'Ivoire that's going to produce like 100,000 computers per year. Airlink sells bandwidth through satellites connection. They have their satellite dishes not far from here, and so on and so forth. So the park today is approximately 15 companies. Some of them are missing in my slide. I need to add their logo. Approximately 15 companies here, if you add the state of Cote d'Ivoire, the government of Cote d'Ivoire too. And we grow at a rate of about 4 to 5 new companies per year. We're not planning to add too many companies. What we're looking for is quality, is companies with a very good business plan, okay, that are really going to hire people, hire the local talents, programmers, and so on. And India is known to be the place for ICT. So, as I keep telling the Indian ambassador here, this is the Mahatma Gandhi Technology Park, and we still don't have a single Indian company in the park. So I beg you to be the ambassadors to your friends and anyone in India, whether it's in the ICT sector or the biotech sector, to consider the Mahatma Gandhi Technology Park in Cote d'Ivoire. This is what the park might look like when all the 242 hectares and the 322 hectares will be filled with buildings and so on, with a variety of things. You see, it's not just having office space. This is a city on its own. People who work here must have a lot of fun coming to work here. So it's an IT park. So you can assume that in addition to the traditional office space, we have needs for all kinds of things, from shopping malls to hotels, attraction park, or whatever you can imagine. Even an 18-hole, of course, if needed. I'll go through some aerial views of the whole thing. Again, Everything that I'm talking about here wouldn't happen if it wasn't because of the support of India. You know, and early in 2008 there was a line of credit that was signed between the government of Cote d'Ivoire and India, a $20 million line of credit. And I'll quickly show you what this line of credit is actually funding. It's a mixture of infrastructures and equipment, okay? So on the equipment side, there's a satellite Earth station that will enable us to actually get additional connection, internet connection through satellites. So if for any reason the fiber optic network is disconnected, we can still be fed with internet signal through satellite. A small computer assembly plant, additional equipment for a data center, and a DNA lab. And I'll tell more about the DNA lab later on. And on the infrastructure side, it's another building, a new building that has to be built by Indian company that is actually present in this room. Mr. Rajesh Nair here is a representative of Shapoorji Pallonji, a company that has been selected to actually provide us with this beautiful building that you can see here, and that will be built on that in this area. So I would say 18 months from now, if you come again, you'll be able actually to walk through this new building here. In addition to the Exim Bank line of credit, the government has also provided us with additional funds from two regional banks, BOAD and BIDC, to actually do this. Basically, this is the area that is in front of us. This is a total of 180 hectares of land. We'll build roads, we'll level the surface from here up till the lagoon there. Fence of 4 kilometers, water network, electricity network, fiber optics network. Okay, this is a total of $36 million project. Okay, and you've seen how difficult it was to drive all the way to here. Why is that? Because there's a new highway, and you got the construction workers all over the place, so it's a pain to actually drive up to here, but this highway actually comes right in front of the free zone. It slices the free zone into two areas, okay? It takes some hectares from our land, but we didn't really complain about that. Why? Because it gives us a very unique connection to the city of Abidjan. You see, next year you will be coming to this site. It's going to be one of the nicest drives in the country. 15 minutes away from the airport, 30 minutes from the capital. So this is a very, very good addition to our development plans. Now, companies that operate here can actually benefit from some services that we offer with VITIB. Whenever they have to organize any special event or whatever, we really help them putting together these events because we have, and I'll show you that later, we have like a hotel complex with swimming pool and so on and so forth. But I saw that in the program of today we're going to visit an incubator. This is like a business incubation center that we're setting up with partners, and the idea is really to help and support local young entrepreneurs, help them grow their businesses from one point to another point through a process that would take a year or a year and a half. You know, help them connect with people with finance, people who can actually financially support their project, and people who can just coach them, mentors, you know, who can really help them put together a strategy. Okay, so it's an environment that is dedicated to young entrepreneur. We visit the place, so we made the renovations needed, you know, all the computers, everything is in place. Now we're just about to set up the selection committee to actually welcome our first incubated companies here. Again, companies operating here can benefit from a hotel that we have with a swimming pool, 140 rooms, tennis courts, basketball, handball, and so on, and an amphitheater of 650 seats. Okay, now, I will end my talk with some very specific business opportunities that we have here, and hoping that some of you might jump on them. Okay, just a few. Just a few. As you said, this is, as I said, the free trade zone is supposed to be like a whole city, where people can live, where people can have fun, where people can have a lot of fun actually coming to work too. We believe there's an opportunity to actually build a luxury hotel here because of the unique features of this area. This is an area that is like between ocean and lagoon, and you have water everywhere. So this is ideal for jet skis and whatever. Actually, from Abidjan all the way up to the border of Ghana, all along that beach, you'll see small hotels, you know. But this is like touristic hotels, like the places where you go for a weekend, your bag on your back, and you know. But there is definitely a need for something much bigger than that, because if you were here on weekends, you could actually witness the number of cars and people and families who really try to get out of the capital on weekends to come to this area. These people don't have a solution, you know, whenever we're talking about luxury rooms and things like that. So we're hoping to actually generate some interest in the communities and in the investors who might help us actually capture some major brands, some major hotel brands to do something here. The nature is very generous, so there is a very good opportunity actually to build something that is at the same time very luxurious and respectful of the nature. Okay, and this hotel will be located like halfway, 30 minutes from the capital of Abidjan, and easily accessible through a 6-lane highway. So, okay. And 15 minutes from the airport, which by the way is the only airport in the region where you have Airbus A380s landing. This is actually Abidjan. The nearest airport that actually has A380s landing is probably in Ethiopia or South Africa or something like that. Now, we have a data center that we're going to show you, and we believe there's also an opportunity for anybody willing to actually manage such a data center. You see, the reason is, in Abidjan, you still have very serious institutions like banks, who, up till today, they back up their data in France. You see, even at the different government offices, there you have institutions like this which back up their data on a daily basis in other countries, because there's no solution in the country to actually host their equipment, their servers, and so on. And we have a data center that can take care of that. Okay, so we are open to any partnership with companies in the ICT sector with experience in that kind of business. Now, as I said, the funding we got from the government for the 180 hectares will give us a nice piece of land with roads all over the place, fenced, but no infrastructures on it, no buildings, no nothing. And it's good. But it's not enough, because you see, in other geographies, in other countries like Morocco, for instance, when Google decides to locate some of their business there, they are actually offered a whole building ready to move in and start working. We haven't reached that point yet. The funding we have so far will only give us land with roads and networks, electricity, water, fiber optic network. We want to go from that point to, we want to go from this to that. Basically, new infrastructures erected on the place, so we can have additional office space ready for rent to major global corporations coming to us. And that's now, last one, we have a DNA lab that we're going to have delivered to us in the next 12 months. Again, we are certainly interested in talking to people with that kind of expertise in the biotech sector and DNA lab management, okay? Because this will be the first DNA lab in the country that can offer forensic science services to the country, to the police, and so on. This is funded through Exim Bank line of credit again. So this is basically what I had prepared as a presentation to you. Thank you very much, and I'll be waiting for your questions.